My phone buzzed at 6:42 on a Thursday morning. I was pouring my second cup of coffee when the screen lit up with a text from my wife, Rachel. "Hey babe, change of plans. Derek is coming on the anniversary trip instead of you. He surprised me with tickets and I already said yes. We leave tomorrow. Sorry." I read it 3 times. Each time, the words stayed exactly the same. My name is Nathan Cross. I'm 34 years old. I work as a project manager at a tech company in Austin. And until that moment, I thought I had a pretty solid marriage. Rachel and I had been married for 6 years, together for 8. We'd met at a company mixer. She was in marketing, I was in product development. She was the type of woman who lit up every room she entered. Confident, ambitious, beautiful. I was the quiet guy who preferred spreadsheets to small talk. Somehow, we worked, or at least I thought we did. I stared at the text. The anniversary trip had been my idea. Our 7th anniversary was next week, and I'd planned a long weekend in Napa Valley, wine tasting, fancy dinners, a couple's massage at a spa she'd mentioned wanting to try. I'd booked everything 2 months ago, spent $3,200 on the hotel alone, another $800 on restaurants, $600 on the spa package, all charged to my credit card. And now Derek, her work friend, whose name had been coming up constantly for the past 4 months, was taking my place. I set down my coffee, my hands were surprisingly steady, picked up my phone and typed back, "Okay, have fun." 2 words, no argument, no questions, just acknowledgement. Then I opened my laptop. What Rachel didn't know about me, what nobody at work knew, was that I'm obsessively organized. My father ran a small business that went bankrupt when I was 15 because he didn't track expenses properly. Lost everything. Had to file for bankruptcy. That experience carved something permanent into my brain. Document everything. Track every dollar. Keep records of everything. For 8 years, I'd maintained detailed spreadsheets of every expense in our relationship, every bill, every subscription, every payment, every purchase. I opened the master file now. The numbers were staggering when you added them all up. Rent, $2,400 monthly, in my name, my credit, my payment history. Car payment for her Mercedes, $680 monthly. My loan, my responsibility. Car insurance, $340 monthly for both vehicles. My policy, all utilities, $280 average monthly. My accounts, streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max, Spotify Premium, Apple Music, $89 monthly total. My cards, her gym membership at that luxury fitness club, $180 monthly. My credit card, her phone line, $85 monthly on my family plan. Her designer clothing budget, roughly $500 monthly. My credit cards, groceries, $600 monthly average. My cards, dinner out 3 to 4 times weekly, $800 monthly average. My cards, the couples therapy we'd done 6 months ago when she said I was emotionally distant, $200 per session, 8 sessions. My payment, the vacation to Mexico last year, $4,500. My credit card, the new furniture she picked out for our apartment, $6,800. My credit card, her student loan payments that I'd been helping with, $350 monthly for the past year. My account, I kept scrolling. 8 years of financial history, and a pattern became crystal clear. I paid for everything. Everything. Rachel contributed roughly $400 monthly to a joint account that we used for. Actually, I couldn't remember the last time we'd used it for anything significant. I checked the joint account. Balance, $2,847. Almost $3,000, just sitting there while I paid for everything else. My personal savings account, the one only I had access to, showed $47,000. Money I'd been quietly setting aside for years, emergency fund, future down payment on a house. Rachel's engagement ring had cost $8,000 from that account. I sat back and thought about Derek. I'd met him once. Company holiday party last year. Tall guy, charming, VP of something, definitely made more money than me based on the watch he was wearing. Rachel had mentioned him casually at first. Derek has such great ideas for the campaign, then more frequently. Derek and I grabbed lunch to discuss the presentation, then constantly. Derek thinks I should push for that promotion. Derek says I'm too talented to be in my current role. 4 months of Derek. And now Derek was taking my anniversary trip. The anniversary trip I'd planned. I'd paid for. I'd been looking forward to for weeks. I pulled up the hotel reservation. Everything was in my name, my credit card on file, confirmation emails sent to my email address. I opened the spa booking. Same thing. The restaurant reservations at 3 different high-end places, all under my name. I smiled for the first time that morning. Then I started making phone calls. First call, the hotel. Grand Vista Resort, how may I help you? Hi, I need to cancel a reservation. Confirmation number. I rattled it off. Let me pull that up. Oh, yes, Mr. Cross. Checking in tomorrow for 3 nights. May I ask the reason for cancellation? Change of plans. What's the cancellation policy? You're within our 48-hour window, so there would normally be a one-night penalty. However, I can waive that since you're a returning guest. Would you like me to process the full refund? Yes, please. Done. You should see the credit within 5 to 7 business days. Is there anything else I can help you with? That's all. Thank you. Second call, the spa. Similar conversation. Full refund processed. They were very understanding. Third call, restaurant number 1. Reservation canceled. Fourth call, restaurant number 2, canceled. Fifth call, restaurant number 3, canceled. I sat back and checked my watch. 7:15 a.m. 15 minutes and I just erased the entire anniversary trip. My phone rang. Rachel, I answered. Hey, hey, just wanted to make sure you're okay with everything. You seemed really chill about it in your text. Yeah, I'm fine with it. You two should have a great time. Really? You're not upset? Why would I be upset? You made your choice. I respect that. There was a pause. Okay. Well, good. Because Derek already booked us this amazing place in Napa and Napa? Interesting. Which hotel? Some resort, the Grand something. He said it has incredible views. Nice. Well, you'll have to let me know how it is. I will. Okay, I've got to run. Love you. Yep. I hung up before she could say anything else. Then I made more calls. Sixth call, car insurance company. Hi, I need to remove a vehicle and driver from my policy. Sure thing. Which vehicle? The 2022 Mercedes C-Class. And the driver, Rachel Cross, my wife. Oh, is everything okay? Everything's fine. She's getting her own policy. We're just separating our finances. Understood. I'll process that today. Her coverage ends at midnight tonight. Perfect. Seventh call, T-Mobile. I need to remove a line from my family plan. Which number? I gave them Rachel's number. That'll disconnect her service immediately. Are you sure? Completely sure. Processing now. Done. Anything else? That's all. I went through the streaming services next. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max. Canceled the family plans. Switched to individual accounts for just me. Spotify, Apple Music. Canceled her access. The gym membership. Called them directly. Hi, I need to cancel a membership I've been paying for. It's under Rachel Cross. Let me check. Oh yes, the Platinum membership. That's $180 monthly. Would you like to transfer it to her payment method or cancel entirely? Cancel entirely. Done. I looked at my list. 23 different services, subscriptions, and accounts. By 9 a.m., I'd canceled or removed Rachel from 21 of them. The last 2 were bigger. The apartment. I called our landlord directly. Tom was a reasonable guy. We'd had the same lease for 4 years. Tom, hey, it's Nathan. I need to talk about the lease. What's up? I'm planning to move out. What's the process? Well, you're on a month-to-month now since your last lease ended, so you just need to give me 30 days notice. I'd like to give that notice today. Today? Is everything okay? Everything's fine. Just time for a change. All right. I'll drop the paperwork. Email it over this afternoon. Perfect. The car, Rachel's Mercedes. The one I'd been paying $680 monthly for. The one that was titled in my name because her credit wasn't good enough to qualify for the loan. I called the dealership and asked about voluntary repossession. Mr. Cross, that would destroy your credit. What if I just paid it off entirely? You want to pay off the entire loan? That's $1,400 remaining. What if I paid it off, then immediately sold it? You could do that. You'd own it free and clear. Then you could sell it privately or trade it in. What's the trade-in value for a 2022 C-Class in good condition? Probably $28,000 to $30,000, so I'd actually make money. About $10,000, yes. I'll think about it. I hung up and did the math. I could pay off the car loan from my savings, sell the car, and pocket the difference. Rachel would be left without a vehicle, but that wasn't my problem anymore. By 10 a.m., I'd systematically removed Rachel from every aspect of my financial life. Then I went to work like it was a normal day. Around 2 p.m., my phone started blowing up. First text from Rachel, my phone isn't working. Then, did you forget to pay the bill? Then, Nathan, seriously, I need my phone for work. Can you call them? I didn't respond. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Nathan, what the hell? My phone is completely shut off. Oh, yeah, I removed you from my plan this morning. You'll need to get your own account. What? Why would you do that? Because I'm not paying for it anymore. This is ridiculous. I'm at work. I need my phone. You're an adult with a job. I'm sure you can handle setting up a phone plan. Nathan, I hung up. An hour later, another call. Different unknown number. My gym membership isn't working. They said it was canceled. It was. By who? By me. I was paying for it. You can't just cancel my gym membership. I can, actually. It was my credit card, my payment, my decision. This is insane. What is wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with me. I'm just not financing your life anymore. You made that pretty clear this morning when you uninvited me from our anniversary trip. That's what this is about. You're seriously this petty? I'm not being petty. I'm being practical. You want Derek on your trip? Great. Let Derek pay for your gym membership and your phone and your car insurance. My car insurance. Yeah, that's canceled too. You're uninsured as of midnight tonight. Might want to get that handled before you drive anywhere. You're unfucking believable. Have a great trip to Napa. Oh, wait, about that. What about it? You might want to have Derek call the hotel. The Grand Vista? Yeah, I canceled that reservation this morning. Canceled the spa appointments too. And all 3 restaurant reservations. Complete silence. You? What? I canceled everything. It was all in my name, my credit card, my reservations, so I canceled it all. Got full refunds too. Nathan, you can't do that. We're leaving tomorrow. You're leaving tomorrow with Derek. So Derek can make new reservations. I'm sure a VP can afford it. You're a fucking asshole. Maybe. But I'm an asshole who just freed up about $4,000 in his budget, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. She hung up. I went back to work. At 5 p.m., I stopped by the apartment. Rachel's car, the Mercedes I'd been paying for, was in the parking lot. I took photos of it from every angle, documented the mileage, checked the condition, then I went inside. Rachel wasn't home yet. Good. I grabbed my laptop and opened my email. Tom had sent the lease termination papers. I signed them electronically and sent them back. Then I opened a new email to Rachel. Rachel, I'm terminating our lease. We have 30 days to move out. The apartment was entirely in my name, so this is my decision. You'll need to find a new place to live. I've attached the notice from Tom. Nathan. Sent. I packed a bag with clothes and essentials. My important documents, birth certificate, passport, social security card, my laptop, my favorite books. 20 minutes later, I was checked into an extended stay hotel on the other side of town. Paid for a month up front. Then I turned off my phone and went to the gym. When I turned my phone back on 2 hours later, I had 47 notifications, text messages, voicemails, missed calls, most from Rachel, some from numbers I didn't recognize, one from my mother. I called my mom back first. Nathan, honey, what's going on? Rachel called me crying. She says, you've lost your mind. I haven't lost my mind, Mom. I've found it, actually. I explained the whole situation. The text, the anniversary trip, Derek, the 8 years of financial records showing I'd paid for everything. My mom was quiet for a long time. Nathan, I never liked saying anything because it wasn't my place, but that girl has been using you from day one. I know, Mom. I know that now. What are you going to do? I'm already doing it. Fight. I've cut her off financially. I'm moving out, and I'm filing for divorce. Good. You deserve so much better than this. Thanks, Mom. I hung up and listened to Rachel's voicemails. The first few were angry, calling me petty and childish and cruel. The middle ones were confused, asking why I was doing this, saying we could talk about it. The last one was desperate. Nathan, please. I'm sorry, okay? I shouldn't have uninvited you from the trip. That was wrong, but you're destroying everything. My phone, my gym, my car insurance, the apartment. This is too much. We can work this out. Just call me back. Please. I deleted all of them. Then I opened my laptop and searched for divorce attorneys in Austin, found one with good reviews, sent an email requesting a consultation, got a response within an hour. Available tomorrow at 10 a.m. if that works. I confirmed it. That night, I slept better than I had in months. The attorney's name was Patricia Moreno. She was in her 50s, sharp, efficient. So, she said, reviewing the notes I'd sent, you've been married 6 years, no kids, all major assets in your name. She contributed minimally to household expenses, and she canceled your anniversary plans to go with another man. That's the summary, yes. And you want to file for divorce. Immediately. Texas is a no-fault state, but the financial documentation you have will help with asset division. Since everything's in your name and you can prove you paid for everything, you'll likely walk away with most of your assets intact. That's what I want. There's a 60-day waiting period from filing to finalization in Texas, but I can have the papers drawn up and filed by end of day. Do it, she nodded. You'll need to have her served. How do you want to handle that? She's supposed to be leaving town today for a trip. Can you serve her at her office? We can arrange that. Perfect. 2 hours later, I'd signed all the paperwork. Patricia's process server was scheduled to deliver the divorce papers to Rachel's office at 4 p.m., right before she would have been leaving for the airport. I grabbed lunch at a food truck, sat in a park, watched people walk by with their dogs and their kids and their normal lives. Thought about the past 8 years, all the times I'd said yes when I should have said no, all the times I'd paid for things without question, all the times I'd compressed myself to make room for someone who saw me as a utility. Not a partner, not a husband, just a guy who paid the bills. My phone rang at 4:15. Rachel. I answered. You had me served at my office? Yeah, that's how divorce works. You're actually filing for divorce? I am. Over this? Over one trip? No, Rachel. Over 8 years of being your ATM. Over you treating me like an accessory you could swap out whenever someone better came along. Over you taking my anniversary plans and giving them to another man. I told you I was sorry. You're not sorry you did it. You're sorry I reacted. That's not true. Rachel, answer one question honestly. In the past 6 months, how many times have you paid for dinner when we went out? Silence. How many times have you filled up your own gas tank? Silence. How many bills have you paid? I contribute to the joint account $400 a month to an account we barely use, while I pay $6,000 plus monthly for everything else. I didn't realize. You realized. You just didn't care. Because it was convenient. I was convenient. Nathan, please, we can fix this. There's nothing to fix. You made your choice. Derek's waiting. Go enjoy Napa. Oh, wait, you can't, because I canceled everything. I hate you. You don't hate me. You hate that your ATM stopped working. I hung up, blocked her number, blocked her email, blocked her on every social media platform. Then I drove to a furniture store and bought myself a really nice reading chair. $1,200. The kind I'd always wanted, but Rachel said didn't fit the aesthetic of our apartment. Had it delivered to my hotel room. Sat in it that night, reading a book I'd been meaning to finish for 2 years. And smiled. The next 3 weeks were chaos. Rachel tried contacting me through mutual friends. I blocked them. She tried showing up at my office. Security escorted her out. She tried getting my mother to intervene. My mom told her she was getting exactly what she deserved. She sent me a long email before I blocked her, explaining how Derek had backed out of the trip when he realized all the reservations were canceled. How she'd spent their first night together fighting about money. How he'd suggested maybe they should slow things down. She wanted to know if we could talk things through. I didn't respond. Patricia handled everything. The divorce papers were filed. The 60-day clock was ticking. Rachel contested nothing. She had no legal ground to stand on. The apartment lease ended. I hired movers to pack up my belongings, which was basically nothing. Most of the furniture was either included with the apartment or chosen by Rachel. I rented a small one-bedroom place in a quieter part of Austin, furnished it with exactly what I wanted. Minimalist. Clean. Mine. On day 58 of the 60-day waiting period, Patricia called. It's done. Judge signed off this morning. You're officially divorced. That fast? She didn't contest anything. No kids, no shared property disputes, clean break. What does she get? Her personal belongings, her car. Oh wait, that's still in your name. I paid it off 2 weeks ago, sold it yesterday, got $29,000 for it. Smart. So she gets her personal belongings and whatever was in that joint account. You keep everything else. Your savings, your retirement accounts, all your assets. Perfect. Nathan, I've been doing this for 20 years. This is one of the most clear-cut cases I've ever seen. You did everything right. I just documented everything. Most people don't. You're free now. Go live your life. I hung up and sat in my new apartment, in my reading chair, looking at my new space. Free. The word felt strange, but good.